Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Juan Foyth, as Barca have been told to shell out 54.6 million euros for the 25-year-old World Cup winner, according to a new report. We are going to discuss that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Andreas Christensen, as it has been reported that Barca have rejected a 30 million euro offer for the defensive mainstay. We are also going to be looking at that as we progress. So as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification so you always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona have been actively hunting for a new right back, and we reported a while ago that if João Cancelo's move falls, the team from Catalonia will rejuvenate their interest in Villarreal fullback Juan Foyth. Building on that story, Sport has mentioned that the fellow La Liga team is not going to negotiate with Barcelona for the right back. So Barca's interest in Juan Foyth is certainly not new. The 22 FIFA World Cup winner with Argentina has been approached by the team in the past, but the negotiations ended as Villarreal did not want to do any business with them. As of today, Villarreal's position has not changed even one bit. They have been quite active in player departures this summer, as a result of which they have already raised 110 million euros, meaning that there is absolutely no need for them to sell Juan Foyth in the first place. As such, they have made it abundantly clear that they will not negotiate with Barca, and the only way Juan Foyth will be sold is if 54 million euros clause is being triggered. As for the player, he is aware of Barcelona's interests, and although it excites him, he will respect his excellent relationship with Villarreal and will not ask the team to listen to offers. The Barca management is exploring several options to reinforce the right back spot, however, and with the financial situation being the way it is, making things difficult when time is running out rather fast. Barca are going to need a substantial amount if they are to sign Bernardo Silva, and if the payment is made upfront, there will be no contingency for a right back. Now, Sport mentions that Juan Foyth's case is very similar to Cancelo's. Both fullbacks are liked by Xavi, and an operation to sign any of them is going to cost Barcelona a lot. Interestingly enough, though, it is said that Manchester City are prioritizing a sale for around 45 million euros, which is almost 10 million euros less than Juan Foyth's release clause. In any way, even the 45 million euro cost is unaffordable for Barcelona at the moment, which is why they are looking to sign Cancelo on a loan deal with an option to buy. Of course, the right back situation continues to heat up as numerous outlets bring up the latest updates. Juan Foyth recently, reappeared on the wish list for Barca. We quite remember we have been linked with Juan Foyth in the past quite a good number of times until it reached a level where Barca gave up, right? They gave up as Villarreal were always saying that the player is not for sale. And Barca have, they have reignited that interest in Juan Foyth again, as Xavi Hernandez wants to get a new right back at all costs this summer. And of course, the fact that we don't have the money to get these deals easily done, it is a big problem, right? Um, One thing that have really disturbed Barcelona a lot is we have been unable to get our first choices. Talking about our first choices, I'm saying that majority of the players we have succeeded to sign were players that were not supposed to be Barca players, right? Barca will sign those players just because they are very cheap or they are free agents. If the money was there, they couldn't have gone for those players. For instance, we talk about players like Aurelio Romeo. Aurelio Romeo coming to Barca as Sergio Busquets' replacement. He was a fit choice, not the first, not the second, not the third, not even the fourth, but a fit choice. All because of financial constraints that Barca are suffering at the moment. And yeah, that is exactly the same case we are still talking about the right back situation. Right? João Cancelo remains the top choice for Xavi and the coaching staff. But when we look at the financial implications of getting the deal done, it's quite heavy. That is why Barca are even trying to see if they can pursue a loan move for the player, but still looks quite heavy, right? Talking about players like Juan Foyth, as I've just spoken about him, the price tag is quite high because Villarreal are not willing to sell, except Barca paid a release clause, which is worth 54.6 million euros. And we know that at this current financial climate, this very Barcelona can't afford to pay such an amount for any player. Even Fresneda still remains the only player that is realistically possible for Barca to bring in, but it seems as though Xavi up to now is not convinced about the player's quality. Then on to the next story of discussion. It is no secret that Barcelona are actively trying to offload some players from the roster this summer in order to get out of their financial issues. At the same time, though, there are certain individuals within the squad who have been marked as non-transferables, players who will not be sold for any offer. One of the players from that category is defensive mainstay Andreas Christensen, and it so happens that the La Liga champions have already turned down an offer for the centre back. Indeed, according to a report from Gerard Romero, Barca received an offer worth 30 million for Christensen, but quickly rejected it. The name of the club that tabled the bid has not been mentioned, but Barca had no interest in entertaining the proposal and they were quick to turn it down. Christensen arrived at Barca only last summer, joining as free agent after his contract with Chelsea expired. The Danish international soon became a key cog in Xavi's lineup, forming a rock-solid partnership with Ronald Araujo at the back and playing a key role in the Catalans' exceptional defensive record last season. Given his performances and the club's needs for sales, rumors of interest in Christensen had been doing the rounds for a while now. But as iterated earlier, the 27-year-old is regarded as an untouchable by Barca, and there was never going to be a chance that a 30 million euro offer for him would be entertained. So, guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.